How ready do you think your fighter is, like, for this fight? Is it a big fight or completely?
Completely ready.
And so, like, at the last thing that they had here in Los Angeles for the promotion of this fight, it seemed like, you know, well, it's Mayweather Promotions, they were making a big deal of Badou Jack. Do you think he's kind of more puffed up, or did you just think that...
Well, they're not going to make a big deal of George, because George doesn't fight for them. If he was, then they'd be making a big deal of George and wouldn't be talking about Badou.
Is it frustrating for you at all, or for George, that maybe American fans don't know him as well as they should?
Not at all. Why would it be frustrating? If anything, it's a nice little challenge, isn't it? He's going to go out there September 12th, and then the American audience will know about him, thanks to Mayweather's promoting him, putting on the show and having him fight on their show, so he can win the title on their show, and then he'll be known to the American audience.
Is there anything in particular that you are working with George, that you really want people to see?
No. Just this is one of those fights which is unusual, where I believe that George is better at everything. There isn't anything that Badou does that George doesn't do better. That isn't always the case in the fight. Sometimes you have to spend a few rounds nullifying what another man does good, or shutting down what he does good in order to get your work off. But Badou has got a very good jab. He's got a good understanding of distance. He's going to be in fantastic shape. The Mayweathers wouldn't promote no one that doesn't come 100%, and as well as he's prepared, he will still not be as good as George. George is better at everything, so it's a nice fight that you only have to bring him up, polish him, and then let him fight.
So is this then just like basically something where George just has to be the best that George is?
Just George only going to go up and do what he's doing in the gym every single day, and I don't think any of his sparring partners would disagree with me. Every sparring partner's got hurt every day.
Is there anybody, like, you should never overlook a fighter, they say, but...
No, of course not. We haven't won the fight yet. There's not a chance that we're overlooking Badou Jack. Not a chance. I've got a lot of respect for him. George is just better.
No, I wasn't suggesting that. I just meant, thinking of that, is there any fight that George really wants, like beyond this fight?
Do you know what? George is in the lucky position. I don't know whether it's because he's got white skin and red hair, but everyone wants to fight him. So they all wanted to fight him before he won a title. So stick a title around his waist. And he looked like a Mexican then, wouldn't he, with a green belt, white skin and red hair.
Well, speaking of that kind of brings up Canelo, so like that's a big fight that's coming up.
Do you know what? There is so many fantastic fights for any of the men in the super middleweight division, not just George, any of them. It's a packed division, a very talented division, and there's good fights for all the men out there.
Is there anything like just now that you'd like to put forth just to the American fans about your fighter?
Just tune in. You just fall in love when you watch it. He's exciting to watch. There's no way he'd be in a boring fight. So when you like watching exciting fights, tune in and watch George. George is made for the American audience.
And why is he made for American audiences?
The American audiences, they just like a fight. You know, over in Europe, we do appreciate. We love a fight too, but we do appreciate the art of the boxing too when it comes to the referees, the judges, and the crowds as well. But over here in America, you like a fight. You like a fight.